Okay guys, welcome to another video on this channel. In this video I'll be talking about one of the probably most important and integral parts of self-improvement, and that would be meditation. Now, before I get into this topic, just a quick reminder, I'm doing this as a part of this mini-series, right, on good and positive habits that we can replace our bad habits with. And next on the line, in that case, is meditation. Now, before I dive into all of the benefits of meditation, why you should do it, how long you should do it, how you should do it, I first of all want to give you a brief overview of my own journey with meditation, because I've been meditating for quite some while now. I started meditating 5 years ago, and ever since then I can proudly admit that I have been meditating pretty much every single day throughout the last 5 years. Now, of course, there have been days on which I didn't do it, but overall the majority, like 99% of the days of the last 5 years, I meditated. I did it every day, and the motivation for me to start was very simple. It was that I just always had this vision in mind of this warrior monk. I was just fascinated by this strong, masculine character who kills his enemies, who slays people around him, who lays waste to villages and all of that, right? Just this extremely over-the-top, strong warrior type that on the other side is so incredibly gentle and loving that he meditates. He sits there, he meditates, and he becomes one with the world around him. And that was truly this vision that I had in mind when I started meditating, because back then I was heavily interested in altering states of consciousness and get in higher states of consciousness. And of course, one of the tools that you will stumble across is meditation. So that's what got me started with meditating, and again, I did it every single day for almost every single day for the last 5 years. And I have to say that by now I have different goals, because I think I have realized that when you go into meditation trying to attain higher states of consciousness, it probably won't work, because you actually want to gain something out of it. But in my opinion and from my experience, you should actually have no expectation whatsoever towards meditation, and then that's when great things happen. That's when good things happen to you, and that's when you feel meditation works. Now, by now, meditation has become such an integral and clear everyday part of my life that I just do it. It's like sleeping. I just do it because I want to, I feel good when doing it, and it's a great thing to do. I just like doing it, and that's why I still do it. So to me, there's no higher goal connected to it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still like doing it. Now, what has meditation brought me? Well, overall, I can definitely say a clearer state of mind, a calmer state of mind, and probably one of the most important aspects of it is that you create a safe space, a haven of peace in yourself that you can always go back to. I know it sounds a bit weird, but trust me, when you do it for a couple of years, you understand what I mean. You always have this situation that you can come back to if you feel stressed, if you want to think clear again. This is one thing that you can always come back to, and I just like that about meditation. Now, there's another thing that meditation taught me, and that is definitely patience and tolerance. This is generally one of the big benefits of meditation, and this is one of the reasons why we should do it if we want to truly improve ourselves to the better. Meditation teaches you to be patient and to be tolerant. Tolerant in terms of nothing happening for a long amount of time, and tolerant towards pain, because this is one aspect that people often just don't talk about, because of course you have so many fucking guides on how to meditate and whatsoever, but what they don't touch on is that your body will fucking hurt if you meditate. If you do it properly, your body will go through extreme, excruciating amounts of pain for quite some time. But that is only due to the fact that your body is not being used to sit still while your mind is still. Because of course, every one of us can sit down in front of the TV and not move for like half an hour. We don't have to move an inch there, and that's because we are distracted. Now, when meditating, your mind is not distracted. You are present, and that's what makes it hard. And your mind constantly tries to get out of this situation because, again, it's fucking hard. It's not hard. It's not easy for your mind to just instantly calm down. But again, tolerance is definitely one thing that meditation teaches you, and patience, because what do you do? In general, you don't do anything. You just sit and wait. That's what you do when meditating. So this is one of the great benefits that you get from it. And of course, there are so many other great benefits. Again, a clear state of mind. It's a great, great stress management tool. It helps reduce your blood pressure. It can actually, studies support the claim that meditation can help cure symptoms of depression, anxiety, sleeplessness, asthma, cancer, you name it. And I'm not making these up, right? This is researched. I have done research on that. And all of you can do research on that. I'm not making things up here. This is what I found from the research that I did. And I think it's sad how overlooked meditation often is in general in everyday life, because it is something that all of us can do, and the benefits are just incredible. And personally, I think that the list will grow forever. The list will never stop growing. We will always discover more and more benefits to meditation, because it's something that is just so deeply rooted in us that each and every one of us can do. We don't need anything for it. And there's so much to gain from it. So much. Not only mentally, but physically too. Because again, it can help reduce pain. It can help with chronic headaches. It can do so many good things for you. And sadly, it is not talked about enough. So these are the benefits of meditation. And look, I could go on and on and on, but the real important point is that you just get how incredibly good meditation can be for you. This is what this video is about, right? So the next things that I want to cover are: how do you do it? And when do you do it? First of all, there is not really a rule of thumb here. Like there is a rule of thumb. There's a rule of thumb, but each and every one of us meditates differently, right? There's not the one way to meditate. Of course, there is generally just the thought that you should sit up straight. But I think that works for me. Is the first thing that you should do is find a comfortable position. Find a position that you can sit in. And that's the first thing you do. Find a comfortable position. And then the next thing that you do is set yourself a timer for a certain amount of time, however long you want to meditate. Set yourself a timer, put your phone aside, and then the next thing you do is nothing. You sit and you breathe. You don't think anything meditative, because your mind will play its own games, and that's okay. You have to be okay with that, because that's just your monkey mind that just keeps on going and going and going. Because again, it's hard for the mind to actually not be distracted and to be there with itself. But that's exactly what we want. And this is all you have to do. You just have to sit, breathe, and everything else happens by itself. You don't have to focus. You don't have to do any of that shit, any of that bullshit that is being taught to you. But yeah, you should, breathe this or that way. Of course, it can help. But true meditation is just doing nothing. And that's exactly what you will be doing. You will just sit there and wait until the timer is through. So this is my opinion on how you should do it. Now, how long should you do it? Generally, again, there's no set amount of time that you have to do it, but I personally think you should go for at least 10 minutes. And this is based on experience. I've been meditating for 40 minutes for years. I've been doing it all. I've been going for an hour. I've been going for 5 minutes. And what I can say is I found that after 10 minutes of sitting still and breathing, your mind and your body starts to calm down. Your mind and your body starts to shut down. This is also the period in which pain will most likely cease to exist, and you will just sit in peace and quietness. So this is what I would recommend. Go for 10 minutes. But of course, 2 minutes is better than none. 5 minutes is better than 2. So do whatever you feel like doing. There is no set amount of time that you should go for. If you want to go higher, then please keep in mind that your body will fucking hurt. At some point, your body will hurt. But that's exactly the moment that you have to stay still and you have to sit through. And trust me, it works. The pain will cease to exist and you will simply sit and be calm and still and present, and all will be good. So this is on how long, right? So we've covered how you should do it and how long. And there's one more thing that I want to tell you, and that is when, because this is often asked. This is something that people often say that I don't have time for meditation. Bullshit. Absolute fucking nonsense. Each of us has 24 hours a day. And if you claim that you can't sit for 10 minutes, then you are fucking lying to your face. Because if you think that you can't sit for 10, 20, 30 minutes, then go ahead and check your phone and take a look at how long you've spent on your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can look that up. You can see how much time you've spent on the phone. You've probably been on your phone for hours and you don't even fucking notice it. And if you still then think that you can't meditate for 10 minutes, then just stop it altogether. Just stop self-improvement if you think you can't sit for 10 minutes straight. That's my honest opinion. Each and every one of us has 10 minutes every day. Now, you have to find your own time when to do it. I would personally recommend doing it after waking up or directly before you go to bed. But again, you can do it whenever you have the time to do it. The only thing that matters, also taken in concern how long you should do it and how you should do it. The only thing that matters is that you do it. Everything else is secondary in meaning. Everything else is secondary. The one thing that matters is that you meditate and that you do it daily. So, some final notes that I want to give you. First of all, and this is probably the most important thing here, keep in mind that we are not doing this for, a challenge for like a month or so. This is, by the way, one thing why NoFap doesn't work for so many guys, because they do it only for 1 month. No, this is a lifetime commitment. And if you fail to do it on one day, it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't even matter if you fail to do it for a week. It doesn't matter. If you never stop meditating, if you never stop doing it, if you never stop going for it, that's what counts. That's what matters. Because this is a lifetime commitment, a lifelong commitment to becoming a better version of ourselves. And meditating is one of the most important parts of it. So what are the bad habits that I would replace with meditating? Well, pretty much all of them. You can think of any bad habit that you have, you can replace it with meditation. Of course, the popular ones would be playing video games, watching porn, watching TV, whatever. All of the things that you do in order to distract yourself from being in the moment, this is exactly when you should be meditating. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you all implement meditation in your lives, and I'm absolutely curious about finding out how it affects your life. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.